Good evening, Brian. It's Wednesday. So in the last couple of vlogs, you and I have talked about the idea of sort of losing time or being purposeless, specifically with regards to leisure time or with things like sitting on the couch and checking Facebook and then all of a sudden realizing that an hour has passed by and you haven't done anything productive. And one of your suggestions in your vlog yesterday, or really this morning since you were late with it, was just trying to be more aware of that and trying to get better about, you know, when you start to feel like that, getting up and doing something productive. And that's definitely something that I have been trying to do when I have those moments where I feel like I have wasted my whole day or have not been very productive. For example, this evening, I got home from work a little bit earlier than usual and ended up being done with work and home and having free time around 5 o'clock or so, and I was a little bit lazy for a couple hours until about 7. I was on Facebook and browsing a couple subreddits and watching YouTube videos and just not really doing anything productive for about 2 hours after I got home. I did have a snack, I guess that's sort of productive because I was hungry, but other than that, I was not very productive. However, around 7, I decided that I was done being lazy and I needed to get up and do things that needed to get done and be productive. And so I got up and I unloaded and reloaded the dishwasher and got that running. I washed the rest of the dishes by hand. I ironed my clothes for tomorrow. I prepped my cold brew coffee so that it was brewing overnight so that it'd be ready tomorrow morning. And I got started on doing things for dinner. And doing that definitely made me feel a lot better. And that's something that I have been trying to do and that you suggested I do as well. And that presumably you do when you feel that same way. Is that when you start to feel like you're wasting time and not really being productive or not really doing the things that you should be doing, is that you get up and decide to do things that you know you need to do. And that's what I try to do, and it definitely feels better. It's really weird. I know that, like, when I'm not doing the dishes, but I know that they need to get done, I'm never excited about doing them. I'm never like, oh, it's going to be so much fun to do the dishes. You know, it's like, oh, that's kind of a drag. I have to do them, but I'm not really looking forward to it. But then once you actually get started and do them and finish them, you feel so accomplished. And like my mood after I have done something productive is much better than my mood before I have done something productive, even when I'm not looking forward to doing that productive thing, if that makes sense. So I think that's definitely something I need to get better about. And I don't think that's unique to me. I think that's something that a lot of people struggle with. But I need to get better about just being willing to get up and actually start doing the things that I know I need to do. Because invariably, I feel better after having done the things than I do before doing them when I'm being lazy. And so even though if I'm sitting on the couch checking Facebook or watching YouTube videos, I feel like this is what I want to do, and it's so inconvenient and uncomfortable and not fun to get up and do the dishes, or to get up and prep lunch for tomorrow, or whatever it is that I know I need to do. Even though before I do it, it feels like it's going to be less fun than what I'm doing right now, which is usually sitting on the couch. Pretty much always afterwards, I am in a better mood and feel better about the way that I've spent my time after I do it than I did beforehand. So I just need to get better about knowing that fact and deciding that, hey, it seems like staying on the couch and checking Facebook will be more fun, but really after you do the thing you know you need to do, you'll feel a lot better. So I need to get better about doing that and enforcing that on myself as well. Real quick, I also wanted to mention that you mentioned in your last vlog that you were going to try to finish reading or start reading Paper Towns soon so that you could go see the movie with Knox. I think that's awesome. I'm a huge fan of all of John Green's books, but I especially like Paper Towns a lot. I think it was a really fun read. It went by really quick, and as I mentioned in my vlog after I read it, it really did sort of impact me a lot, and I feel like it was a really important book to have read. So I'm really excited to hear that you're going to read it and to see what you think about it. Other than that, I don't know that I have too much more time for anything else in this vlog, Brian, but I hope you didn't hate it, and I hope that it was enjoyable. I look forward to seeing your Thursday Top 5 tomorrow, and I hope that you have a good night. See you later, Brian.